Self-inflicted ADHD. This should be a fun one. I had a friend who was talking to me recently about how his short-term memory is starting to come back and he's getting focus again. He's able to concentrate. He's able to do his work without distraction. He's able to remember what it is he's doing if he has to stop for a moment because his family asks him to do something. Brother's been on a dopamine detox. No music, no social media, no video games, no porn, none of it. Like, he's just cut it all out. All of it. Even sugar. Dude's going extreme. And his memory's coming back. This actually makes perfect sense when you think about it. If you're scrolling TikTok all day, if you're constantly on social media, if you're constantly stimulated, your brain doesn't have room to remember shit. It doesn't have room to remember anything because it's already overloaded. It's got too much information flooding it at once. So I would argue, just off of this experience here, that a lot of people have self-inflicted ADHD. It's not that they actually need to go to a doctor and be prescribed Adderall and they're somehow just there going all over the place and they need pills to focus. I would argue that you should probably look at your fucking habits first. You should probably look at your screen time first. You should probably look at the amount of different apps you're opening on your phone constantly first. This is a problem that I'm noticing with my generation and the generations that are a little bit younger than me. All of them are on their phones constantly. All of them are consuming content constantly. All of them are just wiping their brains. It's TikTok brain. That's all it is. That's Tate's term. It's accurate. It's TikTok brain. They can't focus. They can't concentrate. They need the quick, easy fix. They need the hack. They need the fuck off with all of that. I would also argue that a lot of people have what I would refer to as self-inflicted autism. There are a ton of people who they are not on the spectrum somewhere. They are just chronically under-socialized. They spend their lives on their phone. No one talks at the dinner table anymore. Everyone's on their phones. No one socializes anymore. Everyone's on their phones or playing video games. No one practically ever does things in the real world anymore. Those people who are weird and they are extremely awkward in social situations, it is not because they're on the spectrum. I would argue it is because they are out of practice. I quite like being alone. I quite like working alone. I quite like doing things by myself because I can focus and I can dial in and I can do what I need to do. But I'm also extremely good in social situations. I would dare say I'm a social butterfly because I can sift in and out of the crowd pretty easily. I can connect with basically anyone. I was doing it last night when I took my girl to dinner. I made friends with people like that. It was insane, but I'm good at that. I'm well versed in social skills. I'm not glued to my fucking phone all the time. So in summary here, I think that phones, social media, the internet as a whole has largely ruined people's ability not only to concentrate but also to communicate. So if you're one of those types where you can't focus for the fucking life of you and every social interaction you're in, you absolutely drop the ball, I would recommend looking at your screen time. I would recommend looking at the apps you use. I would recommend looking at how you spend your time before you start getting prescribed medication, before you start going to see a doctor because you think something's wrong with your brain. Because I could just tell you something is wrong with your brain, but it was self-inflicted, which means if you make the right decisions, you can uninflict it. You can heal yourself. You can fix your brain. Blink and cure your mind, my friend, before you start popping endless pills. My name is Christopher Strobach. I get on here and I rant about anecdotal mindsets that I happen to have that I find are extremely useful to me. My hope being is that they end up being extremely useful to you. If you found any value in anything that I just said whatsoever, the only thing I'm going to ask is that you make use of it. If you want to connect with me, talk to me, or message me, there are various buttons in the description below my face. Click the buttons below my face. Don't. I don't really care. What I do care about is that you get after it, kick some ass, and I'll see you next time.